All right, just wanted to give you my quick checkup on this Park Tool new box. I'll get the number for you. It's just a plastic one, definitely a bigger size than their other one, but this is just my quick take from using it at an event yesterday over here in San Jose, California. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4 latches here. Got a little quick, you squeeze and it kind of props open. So we got a spring activated, outward, boom, boom, boom. And then this guy has hydraulic arms on the inside. Just give it a little lift for help. As long as I have that one released, there we go. And got some weight on there, so that took a little bit. But we got a couple flaps here that will come open. And a couple tools are falling out. So Velcro down here at the base. So what I'm getting at is we're going to swing the bottom out first, but we're going to go this guy first here. So pocket here, but this is a panel right here. We have 2 hooks, 1, 2 holes here at the base. So you lift this up. This just connects right there, so that hangs. So you're going to have this off a table. So we got Velcro here for these 2. This is closed. And a couple tools are falling out. So this is going to flap open. This is bolted in with 1, 2, 3, 4 bolts here. Kind of a soft material. We could always flip this around, I suppose. But pocket here coming in this direction, so for storage. And then this guy will flap open as well. Pocket on the back side, flip over, and then we got a lot of elastic, and then we have a really short pocket here. In the directions, there was nothing I could find that would help you locate what tool went where. You just have to use your imagination, unless I missed something in a YouTube video or something. I did bag all my T-handles and I bagged all my wrenches just to keep track of them. So I basically have, I'll have anywhere from 2 to 5 helpers when we're out on these events. We're just donating some time and for the community and repairing some bikes, but I'm trying to provide all the tools for all the guys, and then they'll bring extra repair stands as needed. And this will finally swing open. Again, a bit of Velcro here, a small strip, so that's going to basically attach. Other than that, it's kind of loose with loose material, flippity flop, but kind of have those attached so it won't continue to fly open and something like that. So then we have maybe a little wind barrier on the inside. More pockets here. This is all stationary. It's screwed in, but it looks like it could come out if needed. We got 3, 6, 7, 8 screws, but that's something you're not doing on a regular basis. We got some Velcro, we got small pockets, things like that. So inside, my tools are a mess right now, and that's something I definitely want is some dividers. So we have these little rectangular pieces here where we could stick strips in this way or that way or whichever. You could probably reconfigure them, size them up, create little order areas in there. So it didn't come with it, unless mine it was supposed to, and it just didn't get thrown in my box. But it would have been awesome if they came with it. So I'm gonna talk to Park Tools, see if they're missing or if I have to buy them separately. But definitely needed, especially when you have bunch of guys sharing tools, or even just one mechanic. You need some order in here. It's just a effing mess, so not good, especially when you got to throw big tools around looking for smaller tools. Trying to keep the smaller tools up here. Definitely impressed with the outer plastic. It's definitely thick, it's tough. We even have a little indentation here where some rubber goes, like a rubber tubing, so that's going to be for waterproof situation. I don't know to what depth, you know, probably definitely if it gets hit with a hose or a lot of rainfall coming down, your tools will most likely be safe. I don't know about submerging the whole thing, but that seems pretty cool. We got 2 little hydraulic arms that you would find on a trunk or something like that. So these are tiny. I'm sure they could be replaced hopefully easily. On the inside, if you take your time, you can put all your small tools here. It's all Velcro, little tiny strips, so not a ton of space. Again, we have a pick, tiny screwdriver, a small magnetic pen, and the smaller wrenches. Over on this side, a thread locker, a tube, and scissors. So one big tool could take up a lot of space, so you got to really kind of plan on how you're putting this thing together. Again, this does not come off separately unless I unbolt it, so not a quickie grab. You know, if I got to go walk across the park or something like that and go work on something, I can't take that off easily, opposed to Velcro. This guy here is removable. We got a hole right here, so I could stick my finger in there and just kind of pick it up and walk away with it. Putting it back is pretty good. Metal hooks are seem pretty strong, looks like it's pop riveted in. We got a small pocket here, not big enough for a phone. We're putting maybe business cards or something like that. I did have an FR5, a cassette lock ring tool, and then I put a small bottom bracket tool, the BB-T225. And so we got Velcro, so this is my brake tool I shoved in there. The handle, the pocket's big enough for the handle. These handles get pretty big. This panel. So on the other side of this panel, we can turn this over, and then we got this pocket here. They look like they're a good size, but you can't get much in there. You know, they get full really quick. So if I tried to throw, what else do I have in here? Here's my third hand. I mean, that fits so-so, and then I can't close it. I know it probably sounds like I'm just complaining, but you go into this side panel here. I was able to slide some cone wrenches. Flip this guy over. Yeah, we got this pocket here. It comes in sideways, so it's really leaning off to the side here. I'd have to come in this way. Again, not a ton of space. My hand fits in there nice, but if I try to make a fist, I can't. This is the inside. So this is what I was working with. So since you have, you know, no dividers, I'm not going to bag on that too much because I don't have the dividers. If they're supposed to come with it, then yeah, that sucks. I didn't get them. But yeah, if I could at least have a divider divided into threes, you know, have all my big tools on one side, easy to see, you know, and just kind of go from there accordingly. Yeah, no, this is, it's kind of a, it's definitely a plasticate here. It kind of gives me the feeling like if I stabbed a piece of metal in here, I could probably break through it. It's kind of thin. It's not thick like, say, like a truck bed liner. I say a little thinner than that, but I mean, it's got a little bit of flex, but I feel like, you know, you're rough with this thing, you poke it, someone throws a tool, a flying screwdriver, that can get protruded right in there. I did try to change these two around. So here we got, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4 bolts. These are 8 millimeters. There is a Phillips on the other side, so you hold it with your Phillips and then unscrew this guy. I did flip-flop these. I put this one over there so I can use the other side, which brings me to this big pocket. So then this big pocket would be sitting over on this side, maybe for easier, an easier gathering or fit to, but that didn't work out. And these are kind of funky here. We got these really short sleeves here. This is kind of funky. We got Velcro, and then this little short sleeve here. So I'm assuming something's going to rest right inside there. The boards themselves, they feel pretty good. I'm sure it's like a nice hard plastic, resin or whatever you want to call it, but that seems pretty good. The material over here is probably some type of tough nylon or Cordura. That feels pretty good. And the elastic, you know, is only going to last so long on anything. Any elastic you get, even your underwear, it's going to give out at some point. We got this hole right here, nice soft rubber grommet, so that's not too bad for the fingers. Pocket, yeah, it's a little bit too small. These found their home. I'd say that's pretty good for my tire levers. This Pedro's fit in there nicely. But as far as quality, I'd say it seems pretty good. And then wrapping this thing up. Let's see. I believe these guys will go first. I'll Velcro that. There's more Velcro at the base to hold these guys in place. This guy will flip in. And depending how full you are, you might have to rearrange some tools. This will lift up. I'll just sit this flat, and then this will come down. Kind of push down, overpower the hydraulic arms, and it has a pretty nice piece here, figure that kind of slips into its slot here, so it's adding to the weatherproof. Handles themselves are pretty sturdy. We got just regular plastic here. I'm sure there's another word for this. It's pretty durable. It's not like cheap plastic. And here in the middle, it probably has a rubber coating, so it has a nice little grip to it, nice little touch. And then as far as our bolts or what's coming through here to hold the handle on here, it just looks like they're pins that are pressed in, usually, which over time you'll start to see these slide out, and then you got to push it back in, slide it out, and it keeps moving on its own. So I could see that, you know, being a wear point at some time. There's a couple holes in here. They're drilled on the side. You can see one here. There's one, and then there's one on the next one, and then same over on these guys. I'm not sure what that's for. They're pretty thin. Maybe stick a really fine cable or brake cable through there, I don't know, or something. Going back to closing this guy, so just gonna bring it on down. Not a lot of force is used right now. We've got some tools in there, so it's not completely empty. And this is lining up really nice as long as we have nothing sticking out. And then these clips here, again, we got that nice polymer resin or whatever it is. I'm not sure the material, but we got the spring activated device here, spring activated right here. And then we have our latch hinge right here. So hinge will go down, and then this second piece will go down, and then we're just connecting, making sure you're making contact, and just give it a push. So we got that incorrect. There we go. Same with the other side. Coming back, just a finger underneath, hit that little spring activation. Boom, they're open. Peel that up and out, and we'll lift them back up again. So 4 of those, that's actually a nice feel. We got a couple holes right here. You can put a lock here, a lock here. Again, plastic, but you know, adds a little bit of security, slows somebody down. So we do got 3 handles. So one in the front, this is considered the front. Boom. We got one over here on the side. Oh, that's a latch. This one over here on the side doesn't have that little rubber softness right here on the handle, but still seems pretty sturdy. And then down below, which I'll show you, is our little pull carry along that slides out so you can walk in the airport or whatnot. And another handle over on this side. And nothing on the back. So if you need 2 people can lift up from the sides if need be. If it's that heavy, put it on a table, carry like a suitcase here, and then also roll it. So we got some wheels down here at the bottom, which I'll show you, but let's turn this guy around first. So this is where you would pull your handle out, and it's pretty stiff. It's new right now. Just slide that out all the way. Yeah, kind of looks like a board. I'm sure these are tracks, but just boom, slide back in, everything's nice and flush. Slide back out, handle. But all that seems to work out pretty well. If we spin this guy around, this handle over here seems to have, what do we have? It's another pin. Little pin goes through, but it has a little C-clip on the inside. Pin drives in this way, C-clip over here. It'd be nice if that was over here as well, over on the main side of the opening. I'm going to assume that it's the same on the other side as well. So this side's a little more impressive than the front handle as far as how it attaches. And then here we have some wheels. These seem pretty darn durable. I rolled it along the concrete for a while. Very solid, very quiet. Wheels have, you know, they're hard rubber to a soft rubber. And it looks like they're probably steel cartridge bearing on the inside, which I'm always a big fan of. So we should get plenty of miles. Should be able to take a lot of weight. And we have a couple bottom squares right here. That's usually your landing spot. So this is definitely going to get scraped up. It already got scraped up. I can see this getting worn pretty quick on concrete, especially if you drag a little bit. So this will get worn at some point. So at some point, as you're standing it up, I could see this maybe getting a little lopsided, especially if the ground is not even. But hopefully that doesn't happen too often. So just remember, this is only my second toolbox. The first one I had was a Park tool. I'll get the Park name under there. I've had it for about 4 or 5 years. Definitely slightly smaller. This one has bigger, more compartments. But by no means am I jumping on the airport or am I flying a lot. I'm not taking this out of the country or not doing a lot of road trips with this. Just a lot of local events that can be within a 10 to 50 mile radius. So. But still, you got to get it in the car, out of the car. It's got to be able to perform out there whether you're on a dirt trail or on a parking lot or out in the street in this matter. So organization is still key. Durability, it can't speak to durability. Overall, it looks pretty good. You know, could I drop this from the top of my car full of tools and will it survive? I don't know. I hope it does. I think it would. So yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of other stuff out there on the market, but it's up to you to, hopefully I give you enough information to, you can make a solid choice.